What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Sidebar Podcast. We got another good one for you today. I feel like I say that every time, but it's true. This one's for us. Transformers, the original, 2007. Cam and I love this movie so much, and it's pretty integral to our Sidebar origin story, and I guess our continuous Sidebar story.
I mean, the reason the sidebar sticks together is because
Yeah,
of
it's because of
and let's just little preview. Anthony Anderson makes a big comeback.
It's because of Anthony Anderson.
This is an all time. This is an all time. And honestly, we do I have some thought that we might have chose the wrong Anthony Anderson scene to be so hyped about? We get into it later, but oh my god.
We'll talk about it in the episode, but yeah, I think Cam and I just get really excited in this episode. Before that, we do chat about some of the other stuff, what we've been watching recently. We talk a little Zero Day. Cam talks about some two awesome movies that everybody should see, An American Underdog and I forget the other one. And we kind of just bounce around a little bit and just enjoy a fun conversation about Transformers, the actors, the period piece that is a 2007 movie. Little nostalgia bait podcast on this one.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bernie Mac as well. So yeah, take a step into the time capsule here and enjoy the new Sidebar episode. All right, baby, let's get into it. Sidebar hosts, roll out. I've been in a really good headspace about movies where I'm like, I feel like I've lost my over criticism of everything. Like I just watch shit.
Me too.
Like
Me
I
too.
just I recommend
bro. And
I think
honestly,
everything's awesome.
That you just saying that, let's just make that the start of the podcast. We're already rolling now. We're going because I watch everything. I don't really fucking care. It could be garbage. It could be the best movie I've watched. There's a chance. It's just if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I don't see a ton of difference with a lot of stuff.
I haven't seen something that I've been like, fuck that. You know what I mean? I used to. I feel like I used to watch movies through a lens of everybody.
Movies are for everybody. You know what I mean?
Are we growing up?
Yeah, we are growing up. That's the problem. Here's what we're gonna do. Think about it like this, because I'm gonna switch up what we just talked about pre-show about doing this whole plan.
Yeah.
What you been watching? Talk about two things, compare and contrast. Why they were different, why you liked them both. Go. I can go first. I got something if you aren't ready.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So I watched two things over the weekend. I watched the Kurt Warner, Zach Levi movie, American Underdog.
Was it good?
You know what? There were moments. You know
what?
I
might have to sidebar real quick. I did really hate Draft Day. So maybe there is still part of me that watches movies like that.
The room conversation at the time was, do we watch Draft Day or do we watch American Underdog? And I was like, all I could think about was Kevin Costner being the worst GM of all time. I couldn't handle it. I can't watch that movie anymore. But, the Kurt Warner scene's a little weird where they're trying to have 48-year-old Zachary Levi play Kurt Warner in college, which never made sense to me.
Yeah.
It was a little bit.
They do if you've ever watched Dexter, if you've ever watched Dexter, all of the flashback scenes with young Dexter are just Michael C. Hall in a really terrible wig, but he still looks the same age. So great.
Definitely an interesting movie. Anna Paquin is the wife.
Okay, I like Anna Paquin.
Movie that I can't really remember.
What's it called? American Underdog?
American Underdog, yep.
I just can't believe that Kurt Warner got a biopic.
What do you mean, bro? He was bagging groceries, and then he took the Rams to the Super Bowl.
I guess it is okay, it is. It's a really awesome story. He went from the XFL. He was the XFL guy, right?
Bro, NFL Europe, too.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. That's actually a way better story.
He literally was signed from the grocery store to the Rams and then brought him to the Super Bowl that fucking year.
But he went from playing football to working at a grocery store to then going back to the NFL.
Yeah. He didn't never touch a football. He didn't never touch a football in his life.
I'm glad you needed to explain that to me because I didn't know the whole story. Yeah. Somebody just saw a bag of groceries and they were like, "Man, this kid can bag groceries. You want to come play at the NFL?"
He throws a can. He throws a can to it in the bag, and it's a perfect spiral. And then scout buying his groceries,
who is that guy?
And then the other movie I watched two of them. there's a sequel coming out, which maybe we'll do if you ever watch these movies or a fan. I watched Now You See Me 1 and 2.
Oh, I do like those movies. They were
Dude,
fun.
not bad. I thought the
Yeah.
second one plot lost me a little bit. Got
Yeah.
a little too
Agreed.
mystical for me, you know?
Agreed.
I thought one was like perfectly grounded, and while the twist was very unearned, like incredibly fucking unearned.
I'm trying to remember what the actual twist was.
I'm just gonna spoil it. This movie came out in 2013, so
Yeah,
like
of course, it's
if
fine.
you haven't seen Now You See Me, you skip ahead like I don't know 3 minutes. I
Yeah.
fucking ramble. I ramble. So
Yeah.
the whole movie, right? Obviously, you get the four horsemen. You have the cop chasing them, right?
Yeah. Four
Well,
Horsemen is a phenomenal name for a magic act.
so good, dude.
So sick.
The problem is the guy chasing them is the guy who got them all together. He's the guy in the hood at the beginning. He's the fifth horseman. He's the guy like who done it. So he's
Played
literally
by
doing
played by
Mark
who
Ruffalo.
again?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yep, Mark Ruffalo. He does the cat and mouse chase,
Yeah.
but he's simultaneously the cat and the mouse.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like you don't see it coming at all. Which like I don't know if that's supposed to make it feel like it's more earned, but it doesn't feel like there should. You know how every time there's a twist like that, there's little hints. I didn't really think there
Mhm.
was like anything.
No, I didn't feel like that
No.
either. I also, I think for that same reason, kind of made me be like, come on. I mean, we never thought that. And then it's like a giant spider, like, oh, all of a
But
sudden this
yeah,
happens.
but all the other twists in the movie and the way they did like, like some of the heist stuff was really cool.
They are, I think, they're great heist movies. Like, I would put them up
Yeah,
there with
dude.
some of the better heist movies. They're
Yeah,
so fun.
but like the heist they have, they have the guy get teleported, to the bank vault,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just like the way they actually like do it. You have Morgan Freeman's character just like trying to debunk that thing the whole time.
It's so, yeah. I just think
Dude,
that they're so
honestly,
original.
that would have been fun. That would have been fun. That's a fun cast, bro. Was it Jesse
Yeah.
Eisenberg?
Dude, Jesse
Yeah,
Eisenberg, Dave Franco, Isla
yep.
Fisher, Woody Harrelson, Morgan Freeman,
Those four alone. Then you add Freeman. You add Ruffalo.
Ruffalo.
Oh, I'm trying to. I think it's one more person. I can't remember him, but
They're making the third one, right? The
yeah,
third
third
one's
one.
coming out.
The second one,
Fucking Michael Caine, dude.
bro. Oh yeah, of course. How could I
Oh,
forget Michael Caine?
and remember our girl, Melanie Laurent
Yeah,
from Inglorious Bastards, who
yeah.
plays Shoshana. And then wait, who's in the second movie? Is it
Dude, it's Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe. He plays the villain.
Daniel Radcliffe is the villain? Yeah, Lizzie Kaplan. She's the one I was thinking of. Um, yeah, those movies are fun, and I like, dude, they're original. Like, they're just
I
cool
know, right?
ideas for
Yeah.
movies, and that's honestly, the bar is pretty low these days for what makes a fun movie, and it's just original.
Say that again.
The bar is pretty low.
The
Oh, where would you put the sidebar? Is pretty low. Where would you rank Now You See Me as far as a sidebar? You want to introduce the sidebar ranking system that
I
we're
think we
coming
don't
out with?
really. Do we need to explain it, or do we just kind of rank them and just let them decide based on
Nobody's gonna understand it.
based on context clues regarding our other choices based on movies that they know we like or don't like?
Do you think that we have any devoted
No.
listeners that would know enough if we were to mysteriously rank these three movies, they would be able to figure out which one's good or bad?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we rank all. I don't think we've ranked the movies bad yet, have we?
I mean, I'm willing to put Draft Day in that category, but
We didn't. Oh, all right. So this segment is now going to be a what you've been watching only because that makes way more sense. All right. So the sidebar rank system. There's three things, right? If we love it, it's a sidebar movie. If it's like kind of good but has some flaws, but we'll still watch it, it's a side movie.
it's a side
If
movie.
it's bad, it's a bar movie.
It's a bar movie, and
Yeah.
meaning it's below the bar. Yeah, okay. I just came up with that. I like it.
That makes way more sense. We didn't even think about that. I like that. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty safe to assume that every single movie that we've talked about on this podcast after close to 25 episodes they're all sidebar movies.
Yeah.
But we also have had some.
Episodes? Damn.
Yeah, I think we're close. And you know what's funny too is I think the only movie that we hadn't spoken about on the podcast and done an episode about that would have been considered a sidebar movie before today was the movie that we're actually talking about today, which is Transformers 1, the original 2007 movie. Because we love this movie, but we never actually talked about it before. But this has always been a sidebar movie.
So like I don't know why, and like bro, do you even remember like why we started talking? I think no, it was The Departed, bro.
Yeah.
Everything on the sidebar goes back to The Departed. It's literally like our canon
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
It's
It is
our
our yeah, it is. It's our canon event.
like it's just
Was that our first guest, Brother
it
Dave?
might have been, yeah. Anthony Anderson in The Departed. All I remember while we were recording, all I could fucking think about was the
Yeah.
donut scene from
Was
Transformers,
the
and the
donut
whole
scene from
reason, which is
Transformers.
what Dan posted on our sidebar account the other day,
Yeah.
where it's he's in, and like I'm just preview best scene right now because
Yeah. Oh, of course it's in here.
it's got to be an honorable mention. You know, I don't even know if I need to talk about it because
Honorable mention. I think it's a pretty clear cut winner what our favorite scene is.
for our favorite scene, yeah, like
Yeah,
objectively,
yeah.
but you know he's in the FBI or CIA like interrogation place. You know, they put the plate of donuts out in front of him, and he's like, "If you don't eat the donuts, then you're guilty. I
You're
eat the whole
guilty.
plate."
The whole plate.
Oh,
That I think it and watching this movie again further cements that I really think that this like Anthony Anderson in this movie like this is the all-time heat check from like a supporting actor I think in any
it's
movie.
so good.
He is overacting, but he's doing it like honestly every
Just
side
man,
character in this movie
there is no
overacts.
overacting in a Michael Bay Transformers movie.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but like the case could be made
Like,
that almost every
all right,
single side character in this movie is overacting.
are we just bleeding into it already again?
No, I do want to finish what you've been watching slash sidebar
That's why I
rankings
just want to stop you
with
before we do a whole category. Get in there.
I have to shout out this show that I watched on Netflix called Zero Day with Rob De Niro.
Okay.
It's a limited series on Netflix. I think it's only about 6 episodes, and it's got Robert De Niro. It's got Joan Allen. It's got Jesse Plemons, and it's got some other people who are just really good actors. And it was really fun. I watched it all in one day. It's basically like Robert De Niro plays the former president who gets assigned to this like task force that that is handling like a national crisis and how to go after the people. I think it's pretty topical in terms of what's happening in our current political climate. So it's pretty controversial. Um, but if you're looking for a limited series that is interesting and like slightly political, Zero Day is phenomenal, and it's Rob De Niro in a TV show. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what drew it
I
to
was gonna
me.
ask. Like, I'm shocked. I mean, like
Me too.
this. I'm assuming it's like brand new, right? Because it's a
Yeah,
Netflix
I think it
original.
came out. Must have come out within the last year or so, year or 2 years ago.
Okay, interesting.
But it's Robert De Niro on TV, which I guess is Netflix. But like, you don't see that, so that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why I was
Yeah.
really intrigued by it. And
You know what? That reminds me of that I need to go watch. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
very good.
you ever watch True Detective season one?
Okay, oh boy, this is gonna be a hot take.
I haven't. So like, don't spoil anything for me. But like,
Um,
I've been get back to the algorithm from episode one of
yeah,
Sideverse. You know, season two. I'm getting bombarded with the
oh
Woody
yeah,
Harrelson McConaughey just in the car,
yeah.
just quipping together, and like it's just I gotta watch it at some point.
I
I'm never
I
watching
I
Severance, by the
um
way, Dan. It's not happening.
I won't lie to you. I didn't finish it. I didn't finish True Detective season one. I started it, and I thought it was good and it was interesting. But people hold that first season of True Detective as like they put it up there with the Sopranos and the Breaking Bads of the world. Like,
Yeah.
and I think rightfully so, just because it's fucking McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Like, what an awesome! And now they're doing friggin' Salesforce commercials together. Like, they are really good, but something about it just seemed a little slow. I don't think the pacing was that good. Maybe I watched it at a time where I wasn't super intrigued. So maybe I need to go back and rewatch and finish it because I didn't even finish it, dude. But it's a pretty intense story. So I mean, yeah, you owe it to yourself, and I think the world, as someone who loves and enjoys TV and movies, like to watch True Detective season one. But I think maybe I'll give it like the Succession treatment because when I watched Succession for the first time, like I couldn't get through like 2 episodes, and I was like, this show is boring. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna try to enjoy Succession, and I ended up watching the whole show in like 2 weeks because I just was I was. So I think I need to do the same with True Detective, and not for nothing, like Michelle Monaghan's in it, and she's hot as hell, and so is Alexandra Daddario. So it's like, yeah, it's got a lot of things that'll make you come back to it, but no, watch it. It's definitely it's interesting. Um, going back to like moving into the movie for today, um, I do think that Michael Bay. So what do we know about Michael Bay
Is this the
prior
most
to?
Michael? Is this the most Michael? Like, I know people
That was
talk
me my
about.
question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, I
Is
know this
this
is
the
people
most
talk
Michael
about.
Bay movie Michael Bay's ever made?
So I think this is like the person, like Mike.
Is this like his magnum opus?
I think so. That's the best way to describe it because like like let's think about what are the Michael Bays? Give me some right now.
I mean, okay, he went on a pretty insane run. Like
Yeah, but like
his
give me like the
pre
big action ones.
I mean, The Rock is one of my favorite action
Yeah.
movies of all time. He did the first Bad Boys. He did Armageddon. He did Pearl Harbor. He did Bad
Yeah.
Boys 2. So like let's not get it twisted. Michael Bay is as far as man action movies go, like Michael Bay is S tier. S tier.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, he's just like this is every Michael Bay movie is just like a fuck yeah movie for dudes, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, yeah. I know that the movie he made a movie called Ambulance
Dude,
that was
yes,
like yeah.
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, dude. Like
Yeah,
Ambulance was pretty insane. So like maybe looking back on it, like I don't
I
know,
think
but
I
I don't
think the
know. This
transform
movie's just so insane.
I think the Transformers movies are like yeah, this is when like he reached the peak before it became a meme. This movie was like the peak of it. This is where it became a meme, but it's like that's where it like plateaued. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
this was his crux of his career because
Yeah,
after this movie, all he's done is Transformers movies since this first one came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And I don't know about you, but like I don't really think any of the other ones are even worth talking about. Like the first one is really good.
No, well, honestly, they're really not. You know,
The
like I've seen
second,
some.
I didn't hate the second one, and I never saw the third one.
The second one would be a movie that we would gripe the hell out of, which would be perfect.
Well, it's just, and I'm watching it with my girlfriend, and like, and she never, I think she had seen it, but she never really recognized like how insane this movie was. And frankly, neither did I. For the time that it came out, 2007, like, I think similarly to Pirates of the Caribbean, like, the visual effects, the practical
Dude,
effects,
I
they're
was thinking this
insane.
earlier. The visual effects, like, think about every Marvel movie from the last like 3 years and how dog shit the CGI is, and
Transformers 1 beats the hell out of them.
it's just like you watch two Transformers beating the shit out of each other, and you see like their bolts flying out.
Yeah, like how does it look? How does it look so much better in 2007 than it looks now?
Bro,
Explain to
it's like
someone if anyone out there is listening to me and you're smart when it comes to visual effects or CGI, please explain to me how movies in like 2000 to 2010 CGI look so much better than it does
yeah.
now. I don't
Also,
understand.
Also, I don't really have a lot of input when it comes to this because I don't really tell you what to clip, but we need to clip that you saying that and put it on
Yeah.
Instagram so we actually get an answer because
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
we need more reach on that question. I want to know.
Yeah, no, I think,
Um,
but like, and then similarly to Pirates, right? Like, because I mean, those movies came out around the same time as this. Like,
Mhm.
like in all the little scenes in this movie when they transform, it looks like I'm
so
watching
good,
this
dude.
so intently to try and find something that looks off, and
Yeah,
I'm like, why does this look so real? It's crazy. It's crazy, and
absolutely
there's
crazy.
so much of that. I think. I don't know where to put this category in. I think maybe let's just talk about it now. But like, what's the coolest? Which is the coolest one out of all of them? I did make a list of all of
Bro,
the Transformers.
does it? Are you coolest? Like, is it your car? Is it your vehicle form that's the coolest?
Yeah. I mean, I guess like I don't know
Is
the
it a
term
combination
coolest.
of like
Like,
your ability? Because like realistically, right? Like Optimus Prime is a fucking badass. He's a semi truck. He comes around,
yeah.
gives the hands to fucking everybody equally.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
stands on business no matter what, dude. Like
But
I
like
don't know, man.
the Decepticons are arguably cooler across the board. I mean,
Yeah,
because
but
of
like
like what they choose to transform into.
yeah,
Like all the Autobots,
their
like
transformations are way cooler, bro. Like
yeah,
you
you
have
got like you got a Blackhawk, you got like a jet, you got a giant tank, you got one of those things. Remember the guy who like his name? I think it's Bone Crusher is the thing's name, and
yep,
it just has that like it's like a Venus flytrap kind of thing that just is like picking cars up on the highway. And
yep.
then you got Megatron who turns into like an even cooler plane. Like they're so
No,
sick.
so good.
And then the Autobots are just like ambulance, GMC Sierra, like a semi truck, like They're not nearly as cool.
Jazz turns into like a fucking sedan.
He's like, no, he's like a, yeah, he's like a Porsche, like, which I guess maybe in 2007 a Porsche was freaking sick. I will say this too, circa 2007, I thought that the coolest car on the road was the Chevy Camaro, and I think a lot of other people did, and
The
it was
yellow
probably
Camaro is like you think of, it's
coolest car.
talk about product placement, dude. Like you know
I
you
was
get
saying
like
that
you know what I mean? Like they
the amount of
benefited
product
so
placement. I
well.
mean, they even got
You're on the road now, and you're like, oh, it's Bumblebee, dude.
yeah, yeah.
You
Dude,
know,
they even talk about ring dings in this movie. Like they got product placement all over the place. It's unbelievable.
all right,
One of them transforms into a like a Sony boombox, like an
dude.
old CD player.
That reminds me, like one of the best commercials for Transformers, dude. I remember seeing it was like early 2006, probably. They had a commercial with Xbox and PlayStation where it's like both
Oh
consoles
shit,
in the
yeah.
boxes like got like
Yeah.
transformed. They started fighting each other. I remember
Yeah.
what were we 9 years old at the time? That was
Yeah,
so
must have been,
funny.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, there's like that final scene in the end when the Allspark like sparks in the city and like the Mountain Dew vending machine turns into a
Yep.
transformer. And like and the guy's holding like an Xbox 360 and it turns into a transformer. Like there's a product placement all over the place. Is that like a Michael Bay thing? I'm trying to remember like because I
Yes,
know
it is. Yes, it is. Because let me tell you, gripe Michael Bay gripe for Transformers 4 right here. Oh my
oh
god,
god.
the worst movie of the franchise. The first Mark Wahlberg one, right? Let's talk about it real quick.
Oh, is
And
that the
also,
dinosaur one?
oh, that's no. Is it the dinosaur one? I think dinosaur one's number 5. Really, number
Can't
4
keep
is the
up.
one where um well, it's Mark Wahlberg's first one, right?
Yeah.
They crash the alien spaceship in the middle of fucking New York City or whatever. Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah.
his daughter, and her boyfriend. Side note, has a card in his wallet that says he's legally allowed to like date her, even though she's like 5 years younger. She's like 15. It's Romeo and Juliet law. That's a scene in the movie. I'm not even kidding. Fucking
La
look it
la
up.
la la la.
Not look that up. Like he literally walks around the card crazy. But the crazier part is Mark Wahlberg crashes the alien spaceship in the middle of the fucking like street or whatever, right? Hits a Bud Light truck. The Bud Light driver starts yelling at him. Mark Wahlberg walks up, pops the beer in his fucking face, starts chugging it, and like says, "What are you gonna do about it?" and walks away.
uh, it's
Honestly,
pretty impressive.
I was hating. I just described cinema for being honest. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's honestly pretty sick. Like, if I can, it's like that's pretty cool
but yeah,
commercial.
like talk about product placement, dude. It's
They
crazy.
do, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I mean, these movies were they're whoa, like in an era now of like toy and product movies. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, yeah, the
I
Barbie
mean,
movie come out.
did you have Transformers when you were a kid?
I'm sure I did. I was a Bionicle and a Lego guy, but
No.
like,
Don't even
yeah.
let me do the Bionicle movie on this podcast.
Oh, you mean the Golden Mask? Yeah, absolutely. We could do that movie. That's well, you talk about nostalgia. That movie would have me
Buddy,
crying.
don't even talk about that's a triple feature. I'll do
Dude,
all
that
three.
movie, like Bionicle, the Golden Mask, it felt like a fever dream. Like, did that movie even come out? Like, I hardly remember it. I just remember as a child being like in awe that my favorite toys were finally
Oh, they're
being
all
played out
alive,
on
dude.
screen.
And then oh man, it's so good.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's fuck man. Should we talk about Bionicle, the Golden Mask
I could literally
next?
talk about forever.
I don't even think I've seen the whole movie. I just know of it as
Ma-
like again, it's
Bro,
like this
Montanui forever.
Montanui. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, are Bionicles still? I don't think they're still being
I
mass
don't think they're still
produced,
a thing, unfortunately, though.
which is unfortunate. And they were a byproduct of Legos, right? They were
Yeah,
Legos.
yeah, they were Legos.
Well, I mean, okay, then you got the Lego movie coming out. Like, was Transformers the first like toy to movie
I think
that
so
I can think of?
because when did GI Joe come out?
I think after. Shit, the first GI Joe wasn't bad with Channing Tatum,
All right, so
right?
like I kind of got like a quick sidebar on this. So like
Go for it.
in the last like these franchises, GI Joe and Transformers, have been trying to make a movie together like fucking
GI Joe:
forever.
Rise of Cobra came out in 2009, so it would have been
Dude,
after
that
this.
was a good movie. I was talking about that the other day with somebody.
Yeah,
It's
I
that
did see that. It wasn't terrible. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Channing Tatum, yeah,
Marlon Wayans.
Dennis Quaid,
Yeah,
Marlon Wayans.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh shit, that's funny.
it's crazy.
Jonathan Price. This guy keeps finding himself in all these movies. Okay, keep going.
Forgot what I was talking about before it. Oh yeah, GI
Uh,
Joe. But
yeah, GI
so
Joe.
in the last Transformers movie, there was an end credit scene, which I don't know if it's gonna be followed up on, but it was the GI Joe like logo. So
Oh,
the crossover maybe incoming. Um,
I don't know if that's a crossover that I care enough about.
No, but I mean, I Transformers movies at this point, it's just like why,
Yeah,
like this first one,
but you know
this
what's
first
funny
one.
too is
Mhm.
in watching this first one, like, so I'm watching it. I watched it last night, and um, my girlfriend and I are watching it, and we can gripe everything about the story, just like the premise of the movie and like the plot. And I just kept looking at her, and I just kept going, "Cool robots fighting." Like, shut your brain off, please.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Three
Everything like
words. Cool robots fighting. That's all you need to know for
yeah,
Transformers.
absolutely, bro, absolutely.
And and then there's like that, like, I think it was the scene when 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 Sector 7 first picks out, like, they first come into play, and they, like, they grab Bumblebee, right? And or they grab Sam, and
Do we
what
want
the
to
hell is
get into
Megan?
the? Do we
What the
want to
hell
get
is
into
Megan? Yeah, you want
Michaela?
Michaela? You want to go to best scene?
Yeah, do we want to just get into best scene right now? I mean, like,
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'll talk about that as like an honorable mention. But like when Sector 7 first, they first they capture Sam and Michaela, and like, and then John Turturro tells them like that Michaela's a criminal, and like it becomes like this really heavy, dramatic like plot point in the movie. And me and Abby are just like, we don't care about this. Like, like, this plot cannot
dude,
develop, and
that
I
that
could care
scene,
less.
that scene is legit so funny because
It's
it's
so
insane.
stupid.
Because it's Shia LaBeouf, it's 16 years old, bossing around John Turturro just
Yeah,
because he was a giant fucking robot. He's just swinging.
yeah. It's Shia LaBeouf bossing around a federal agent
Yeah,
because he
because
has.
yeah, because he's got
Yeah.
Bumblebee over him.
So for best scene, I only had a couple. I think like it's so hard because like the second, like the third, no, sorry, and break this movie in like three acts, right? Like Act 3 is just an entire fight in Mission City, which is a real city. Mission City, is that a real
That's a
place?
good question that I don't know the answer to.
Mission City, it would probably be in Nevada. Mission City. It's I think it's a fake city.
Here's the thing: in the
Um,
third movie, they blow up Chicago, like just like legit, just destroy Chicago. So I don't know why they're using a fake.
I don't know either. Maybe he got the rights to
He got the rights to fucking Chicago.
Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew, Xbox, GMC, Pontiac, but he couldn't get Chicago.
I mean,
That whole last scene, yeah, the whole last scene is just them. But like the first act is like the development, learning about the Transformers and everything. The second act is like kind of, I don't know, it drones on a little bit. I mean, it's a 2.5 hour movie, so like, and the pacing is like good, not great. There's plenty of gripes with Transformers. I don't think that that's a secret to anybody.
no. What are the best scenes you have? Because I think the opening scene where you first see the assault on the base with its Black
Yeah, it's
Arrow,
pretty cool.
with like this, you get the snake, like the thing just
With
coming
the
out of
scorpion.
yeah, oh yeah, the scorpion just coming out of the sand constantly, and
Yeah, that was gonna be. I put that in like the scene, like the desert battle. So like, yeah, you have like the opening assault,
Mhm.
but then like later on in the movie, when Josh Duhamel's like infantry unit like actually fights the friggin' scorpion.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You
in the
have
small town,
so much cool shit in that scene. Like, this is the first time you like see one up close. Tyrese Gibson is just like screaming the entire
the
the
entire
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 scene.
movie, dude. He's screaming.
Yeah, he is. That's where you get like he's on the Josh Duhamel's like trying to call the Pentagon. He's on the phone with like the Indian like
Yeah, he's
call
like,
center
"Can I use your
operator.
phone?" Yeah, dude. It's
Yeah. He's like, I don't have a credit card, and then he tries to get the credit card from Tyrese Gibson. Left cheek, left cheek, left cheek. There's
that's what
so
I'm
many
saying, dude.
great
Like
moments.
this movie knows what it wants to be and just
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
care.
it's
Like,
it's pretty funny. Like, it's a pretty funny movie. Like, you have a lot of comedic relief in this. But dude, and then how about this? How about the part in that desert scene when he calls in like the I don't know, is that an AC-130, whatever the plane is that kind of drives around, and it's like that shot of the plane going around the scorpion, and it's firing. It's like do 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 poof, and
yep.
it's firing off those big rounds. That shot is incredible.
The military cinematography
Oh
in
my
these
god,
movies is just like
so awesome.
this. Yeah, it makes it look so cool. You
it,
know,
everything about this movie visually is incredible, and honestly, um
talk about
audibly
yeah, oh,
audibly
audibly
this
too.
movie pretty. I mean, I think it's pretty. It's pretty important to note that this
I thought
movie
you were
was
saying
nominated.
I thought you were saying you can't hear me again.
No. Sorry. Audibly, this movie's incredible, and it's important to note that it was nominated for 3 Oscars.
Yeah.
Transformers won. Has Michael Bay? I don't know as far as what Michael Bay's been nominated for, but it was nominated for sound mixing, sound editing, and visual effects. So, like, boys, go for it, man. You guys did a phenomenal job, and rightfully so. I think it's well deservedly. I think it probably should have won. I don't know what beat it out
No,
for
he didn't.
sound
He
mixing.
actually, it doesn't look like I'm looking at his IMDb. He hasn't won any awards like that from the Academy. However, he did win Worst Director for Transformers 2 and Transformers
Oh,
4 at the Razzies
the
in 2000.
Razzies. He won a Razzie.
Yeah, Razzies.
Congrats, Michael Bay.
We should start our own bad movie list and just give out an award every year.
I mean, we can definitely like. I would love to be on the board for the Razzies. Like that would be kind of fun to be a part of. What won in sound mixing? Oh, The Bourne Ultimatum was the same year as this. Also, Ratatouille, No Country for Old Men. Like there were some pretty insane movies that came out
Yeah,
this
and it's
year. There Will Be
fucking
Blood.
Transformers, dude. Like,
Yeah, and then the Golden Compass winning for best visual effects over Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End and Transformers. No, Transformers deserve visual effects. Golden Compass. Who the hell saw the Golden Compass? The movie stunk.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, my next best scene.
Yep,
I was gonna say my best scene is when he buys the car, dude.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, right up there.
It's Bernie Mac. It's one of the best Bernie Macs.
Dude, I know. I thought
seen.
about that. Like, R.I.P. Dude, he's been dead for like.
He died a long time ago.
He's been dead for fucking 15 years.
When did he die? Bernie Mac? When did Bernie Mac die?
2012, I think.
Bernie Mac died in 2008. So he
Oh
died
my
a year
God.
after this movie.
2008.
Oh, we're old, dude. We're old.
Holy fuck!
That's a year. That's a year after this movie premiered.
Dude, I wish you didn't. I really wish you didn't just say that.
Sorry, but no, he's so funny in this scene, and he's only in it for this scene. That's his only appearance in the whole movie and in the whole franchise. And he get your clown cousin, get some sledgehammers, come bang this thing out, baby. I basically, like, in best line, I just have everything that he says in that entire scene.
Yeah.
Like, everything that comes out of Bernie Mac's mouth in that scene is so fucking funny. That's my grandma. She deaf. He's so good. All right, those are fun.
Another fun scene. I could list so many scenes in the movie, like that are just little fun scenes. Like I'll tell you,
I didn't have a lot to actually write down.
I got one. This is more of a funny scene, but it's when they're sneaking around Sam's house. Like the robots are trying to blend in the backyard, and they're like,
dude, his parents. Dude, his parents. It's Julie White and Kevin Dunn play Ron and Judy.
They are so good.
They are so funny in this movie,
bro. One of the best lines I had that just made me crack up was like he's hiding Michaela in a room, right? And he's like, "You're so defensive. Were you masturbating?" She's like,
"Okay, all right.
You can call it Sam's happy time."
Dude, she's so funny. She's like, "Oh my God, so serious. Were you masturbating?" Like this. Okay, this movie. We're 10 years. I'm 10 years old when this movie comes out. Right, I'm 97, baby. And this movie shaped a lot of my early childhood. And I don't know if I'm willing to admit it on this niche podcast, but that might have been the first time I'd actually used that term used out loud before. I just like there's so much of this movie that is just so iconic for me growing up.
Dude, this movie is just also like, this is literally Michael Bay at the height of his powers, bro.
He's so good. He's so good. I mean, like to me as a 10-year-old, the two names that I knew the most were Megan Fox and Michael Bay. Like those were the most famous people on the planet for me because of this movie. I love that. I'm so glad that we got to talk about the parents because the dad is so funny.
Oh, bro, honestly, just honorable mention because there's so many people we have to talk about for best performance after. Honorable mention the parent, both of them, because they are just the perfect comedic relief in every moment in this movie.
They're so good. There's so much comedic relief. And speaking of that, I'm going to shout out the first Anthony Anderson scene before we get to our favorite Anthony Anderson
in the house is so
yes. Where
that one is honestly might be funnier.
I know it's so hard because you get the cousin in that scene too. Yeah. The cousin's hilarious, and the cousin Oh boy, the cousin. He's in everything. I mean, he just what the hell's the name of that actor? Um, oh
Omar
shit,
Benson Miller.
Omar Benson Miller. Yeah, yeah. Who's in Sinners right now? And Sinners is taking the world by storm. He's so funny, and he's in it for 5 minutes as the cousin. It just like pans in on him playing Dance Dance Revolution on like one of those plastic mats in his bedroom. It's so great. And his grandma's in the back. My grandma don't like nobody on a carpet, especially police. He's so good. He's yelling "shut up" at her. I also love like one of my favorite tropes in any movie is how quickly hackers like just like break into code
Anthony
and like
Anderson
how
is just like,
he's like, "Da-da-da-da-da. I'm in," and it's like an alien code that he hacked from like the NSA. Like it's so yeah, he can just do it on his like Windows 8 PC.
he hacks it from details from an audio file that was
Yeah,
like the sound of the robot talk. Dude, it's
yeah. He has like a software that
so
like recognizes alien audio files. It's so ridiculous. And then his cousin gets like tackled into the pool by the FBI. Like
I think
there's
I
so
don't know
much
how many
good
more
there.
best scenes you have. I have one more big one because I know we're going to talk about the rest of the movie just in every other thing. But when they
Yeah.
go to the Hoover Dam and you kind of, I like it. I like it because I think it adds like scale to the movie because it's like, hey, Transformers were here. We've had to be dealing with shit. They build the Hoover Dam over the
They
fucking
built the Hoover Dam around Megatron.
yeah, around Megatron's body, which is just like so funny. They never thought he'd wake up and just burst out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Like they always just felt like let's just keep him in here. And like, yeah, what's gonna happen
Dude,
if he breaks the Hoover Dam?
this is Cecil and Conquest all over again, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, I also love like John Voight is so good in this movie
Dude,
as the
John Boy is
Secretary of
so
Defense.
good, bro.
But like he's asking the questions that like every single audience member watching this movie is asking. That's like, how did any of this happen? Like he's just as confused as we are, being like, that doesn't make any sense that they would build the Hoover Dam around an alien. Like
He's the voice of reason that we needed the movie.
yeah, yeah. I love John Voight, and when did National Treasure come out? Because he
Same time, bro.
I was gonna say yeah, National Treasure 1 2004. So like yeah, like the early 2000s were just shaped by like John Voight being like the paternal voice of reason for me in every movie. The next best scene that I had is I ate the whole plate. The whole
Have to,
plate.
have to,
And
have
it's
to,
and
have to.
it's we've I think we've built this scene up as like larger than life. Mostly just for the two of us. Like this is for
This
us.
scene is really just an inside joke at this point between me and Dan that
Yeah.
is basically shaped the foundation of this podcast, and the only
Yeah.
reason like this kept us going on the podcast probably several times.
I don't think people realize like, you have these moments in your life and it's like a you had to be there kind of thing, and it doesn't mean a lot to other people, but it means so much to you, like small inside jokes. And Anthony Anderson eating the donuts in Transformers 1, like that's like a basis of our friendship, man. Talk about
Bro,
like
hey, speaking of
some
basis of our
sidebar.
friendship, unrelated. At some point, we should tell like the story of the first time we met on this podcast because it's
We
like
have. We have. We
we
have
told the
told
whole
that story.
thing. I don't remember, bro. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
In
It's in
season
like one of
two.
the first
Okay, no,
it's
yeah,
in like the
season two.
first sidebar episode that we talk about.
That's why I don't remember. Okay.
So if you want to know the origin story behind why Cam and I are friends and why we ended up doing this podcast together, I think it's Goodfellas. Go listen to the Goodfellas episode because that was the first episode we ever did. And we talk about, our origin story. But I think similarly to that, Anthony Anderson eating the donuts in this movie, like we were thinking about what movie do we want to do this week for the sidebar. We've been doing the polls; they've been really fun. I'm glad people have been, feeling engaged and stuff.
National
But
Donut Day last Thursday. We're looking for promo, and I'm like, wow,
we didn't
how
even know
perfect.
it.
We're gonna do a poll, and I literally texted Dan. I'm like, how do we juice this for Transformers? I know what I want to watch already.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're like, you know what? It's our turn to pick, and National Donut Day is perfect. This is the movie that we wanted, and we've wanted it the whole time because we both love it so much.
Yeah, this is.
And it's not even this scene is not even big in the movie. It
No,
means
but
nothing to the movie.
no, but it's just so funny.
It's
It's so
so
funny.
funny. And Anthony Anderson, like we love you, Anthony Anderson, man. We love you so much
Yeah,
in
bro.
everything you're in, but specifically this scene.
What you wrapped up for best scene? You got any other ones? I mean, like, it's
Just
tough
the
to differentiate
entirety.
of all the fights
The
between the Transformers. It's tough to
Yeah, I was gonna
differentiate.
say
Oh no,
just
you
the
know
end.
what? No. There's one more. It's when he goes from the old Camaro to the fucking new model. When Bumblebee's in
It
the
is a
tunnel.
very
when he's in the
It's
tunnel,
iconic.
yeah, bro. When he's driving them, Michaela's talking shit about
Flips
the
it on
car.
two
He
wheels.
kicks her ass out because she's talking shit.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
drives away, sees the nice new model, and comes back. You hear you got the music. I can't.
He
What's that?
scans it.
It's like a famous song. I can't. It's like the
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of.
Is it not just a Linkin Park song?
No, I don't think so. Speaking of which, Linkin Park monopoly on iconic
I
Transformers movies and Optimus Prime monologues.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, dude,
the
fuck!
ending
What
to
am I
this,
talking about? To ending this movie, that last
the
scene
ending
was
to
like,
this movie is one of the most iconic endings to any movie.
yeah, bro, dude.
The
I mean,
the the, the Optimus Prime monologue to like the crux of what I've done by Linkin Park. It's directed by Michael Bay. Like that's up there with one of the greatest
there
exits.
was a recent trend going around. I'm sure you saw memes about it, where it's just like
It's
like
this. It's
like
yeah,
two
yeah.
people fighting, or it's just like anything, and it's just like the
It's that song, and then at the
what.
end, directed by Michael Bay. Yeah, we were playing. Matt, my roommate or my former roommate Matt, one of our good friends from college, is our dungeon master in our D&D group, and we had a really intense D&D session one time, and the session ended with a big cliffhanger plot point in the story, and Matt played the Linkin Park What I've Done, and then like released the plot point, and then right at the time that the song crescendoed, he's like, and that's where we end the session, and it was like boom, 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 boom. We went crazy in D&D. It was the perfect way to end a session. So yeah, it's just a great that ending, the ending to this movie, and it's like you got Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox like making out on the hood of the Camaro,
While
like
Optimus Prime is just narrating in the background,
narrating.
chewing scenery.
He's just talking about human like the human race, and it's so ridiculous, but it's so good. You want to do a little best line, best performance? I think I like when we marry the two together.
Yeah, because like a lot. Yeah, no, I do too. And honestly, like best line, there's not really a ton of in this movie. You know,
Yeah.
like I think let's just give it. I'm gonna read through a bunch of cast names. I'm just gonna read through the ones I think that matter the most. You tell me if I miss any. You tell
The
me
only
if no.
the only best
There's
lines that
more
I
than
have.
there's more people though. Like not best performance, but I want to talk about them because like you
Yeah,
said, the
yeah.
overacting is like perfect.
The
Obviously,
only the
obviously
the
Shia,
only
right?
yeah,
Go ahead. Go
Shia,
ahead before I get
Megan.
going. Go ahead before I get going. You got something you want to say?
The only
Go.
the only best lines I have are at the car delership with Bernie Mac and his
Yeah.
cousin.
So
That's
we can
the
just.
only thing I wrote
I
down.
don't think we need best line on this one, bro. I really
No,
don't.
I agree.
Dude.
I agree.
Let's go. And we're gonna talk a lot about best performance, but like Shia, obviously, Tyrese, the perfect second in command
He's
on.
great.
Like he just screaming commands the whole time. He's in lockstep with Josh Duhamel the whole time. They literally are the predator handshake.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you know what I'm
dude.
talking about? That meme where it's
Yeah. The
Schwarzenegger and was it Carl
and
Weathers?
Carl Withers, yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah, they're the
Anthony,
modern day Schwarzenegger and
yeah,
Carl Withers for sure.
Anthony Anderson, obviously, Megan Fox.
Anthony Anderson,
Um, you have
Megan
Rachel
Fox,
Taylor as the NSA analyst. I didn't think she was bad.
Maggie.
Maggie.
She's fine.
John Turturro as Agent Simmons. Just so like his character in the second, third movies just gets like way funnier. I feel like
Yeah,
than
he
first.
becomes like a
He's way
caricature of
yeah.
himself.
Like movie two, bro. He's hilarious, dude. It's
Yeah,
he kills
yeah.
me in that. Movie one, he's
I
more
think
serious.
the overacting award in this movie goes to John Turturro. In my opinion,
Absolutely.
like
Obviously,
he's so ridiculous.
we talked about Voight already.
Yeah,
John Voight, Secretary of Defense. Shout out
yeah,
Bernie Mac, honorable mention.
yeah.
Also
Bernie
honorable
Mac.
mention Glenn Morshower, the guy who's always sitting in the basement just telling them where to go. The general.
Sitting. Oh yeah, yeah. He's a great angry general. That
Yeah,
guy.
perfect.
He's a that guy. He's an all
Yep,
time that guy. You know
yep,
what I mean? Like I've seen that face before. Oh, it's that guy. I've seen him before.
yep. Kind of like Omar Benson Miller, that guy. You know,
Yeah, but like Omar Benson Miller
he's had some
is
more
like a
speaking roles, more iconic characters. Yeah.
yeah. Like let's not forget 8 Mile. Omar Benson Miller. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's phenomenal
Let's
in
not
that movie.
forget in the TV show Ballers where he like pulled up to that kid who was like messing with his grass or something like that and just playing the previous
Yeah.
song I just fucked your bitch in Gucci flip flops really loud.
Is he in? I think he's in The Wire. Is he in The Wire? I don't remember. I
No,
think I
no,
might be
just
right.
the character of Omar is in The Wire. I think you got that
Oh,
mixed up
oh, oh! I'm getting Omar from The Wire mixed up.
with
Yeah,
Omar
I don't know.
Miller.
I don't think I am. I don't think I am.
Omar coming.
Omar's crazy. Josh Duhamel, dude. Josh Duhamel's really good in this.
We also got that's just the live action cast. We got Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, which
Yeah,
like
the voices I don't recognize. Who's Peter Cullen?
so he is I don't know what you really know him like from. He does a lot
I
of voice
only know
acting.
him as the voice of Optimus Prime.
So like in Invincible, he's
Who is he in Invincible?
yeah, he plays Thaddeus. He's like the older Viltrumite guy. I mean he's pretty much just done like Eeyore and Optimus Prime for the last like 20 years.
Dude, he's the voice of the Predator from the original Predator in 1987. That's
What?
pretty cool.
Oh no, bro, he's been Optimus Prime forever. Okay, that makes sense to me. I was gonna ask a question on the podcast that was like, is he um like I'm like hey, was he like the second Optimus Prime? No, he's been Optimus Prime since 1983 or 4 or 6 with the Transformers the movie.
Oh, okay.
So he is Optimus Prime. He will be Optimus Prime until he dies.
Oh my God, dude. You know who else he is? Oh, this is a deep cut. Have you ever seen Treasure Planet?
Yes.
He's Captain Nathaniel Flint, the bad guy with all the eyes in Treasure Planet. You'll recognize him if you saw him. Nathan
Okay.
Flint is scary as hell in Treasure Planet. He's the bad guy. Um, yeah, dude, that's sick. He's like the legend, like the lore bad guy from like the old time. Yeah. Anyways, all right, Peter Cullen, legend, and he's
Uh,
just played Eeyore. He went from Eeyore to being.
the only other one I think you really would know, um, Hugo Weaving, Megatron.
Hugo Weaving is Megatron.
Yep, I literally learned
Shut
that
the
today.
fuck up.
Yeah, dude.
How did I not know this? When looking at the IMDb, I didn't even see that on there. Oh, I love Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
Wait, that's insane. That's so cool. I didn't even know that. Hugo Weaving is like I want to do more movies that involve Hugo Weaving, dude. I love that guy.
He's good, man. He's good.
Yeah, he
Uh,
really is.
back
Aaron
to
Donald.
back to the performances. Like I think the real main ones for like best performance, like they need enough screen time. Like I think that's the problem with our category for best performance. We get into those spots where it's like we love these little bit characters. In every fucking movie
Well,
we have them too. We love these
well,
little
the
bit
hard,
characters, and it's just like
yeah,
I want
yeah.
them, but it's just like there's not enough
Well,
there
well,
to
the
like
hard thing is it's like, what are we rating? Are we rating best? Are we rating best or favorite? Like, it's almost always just our favorite in any category because we're like, just two guys who like talking about movies. So like, our best performance goes to Anthony Anderson, but like the real best performance, like it's
yeah
really up against like Shia, Megan, and you know what? I think if you're thinking about like in terms of career and longevity, Megan Fox, like this movie made Megan Fox.
yeah
Like,
big time.
like Megan Fox is who she is now because of. I mean, I'm not gonna totally attribute all of her fame to this movie, but like, she was 21 when this movie came out. She was everybody in 2007's crush. Like, she is the OG hot girl, and the scene when she's fixing his Camaro in the first part of the movie
She became a
is
sex symbol based off that scene.
based off of that scene. Like that specific scene is what made Megan Fox like this is Megan Fox's movie. Shia LaBeouf though, one could argue because Shia LaBeouf blew up after this movie. Granted, he was in Even Stevens before, which is a phenomenal Disney show. But like, yeah, this movie made Megan Fox, man, and Megan Fox became larger than life because of this movie. So like, I don't know how best performance doesn't go to her. And she's not in the second one,
No, she's in the second, not in the third.
not in the third. Okay, so I have seen the third. So because the third is when that Victoria's Secret model took over
Mhm.
as Sam's girlfriend. Um, yeah, no, she rocketed after this, and I think was it Jennifer's Body? Remember that movie?
Yep, Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's Body came out after this, so I think this was Megan Fox's like first big acting role. Um, and then she ended up coming into like all the the Ninja Turtles movies. She's great on New Girl. But yeah, I think this was her first like big movie. She is in the second Bad Boys movie, which I didn't realize, but um I would say that this is a Megan Fox movie. I mean, Shia LaBeouf is so iconic,
I don't know,
but
dude.
Shia
This is
LaBeouf.
like also peak Shia too, bro. Like,
I know. I was gonna say it's hard. Like Shia around this time. Um, what was Shia doing in like 2007? I've honestly enjoyed like the latter half of Shia's career. Like, I mean, I love the
this is like pre crazy Shia. You know,
yeah. Well,
this
this
is
was
pre
like
mental break.
what ended up happening. He kind of had like a mental breakdown and like he went to rehab, like alcoholic, something like
I
that.
think he was like wicked addicted to drugs or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was a child actor, so like we gotta give him some credit. It's probably not his fault. But yeah, I mean, Disturbia came out. Surfs Up. He's Cody Maverick. Like, and then obviously these movies came out and they were super. Remember? Did you ever see Eagle Eye?
Yes, dude, I did. That's the
The
one.
movie Eagle Eye.
Is that the movie where? Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of Vantage Point. It's a movie where like
No.
you have like
Oh,
that. You know what I'm talking about with that movie, right? It's like you have like
yeah.
someone gets
Vantage Point is
shot
the.
and there's
Yeah.
like 10
Oh.
different cameras.
That movie was so frustrating. With Matthew Fox. No, Eagle Eye is like it's basically about like a giant AI that like takes over and is like tracking. It's Eagle Eye was like a fun, stupid movie. Lawless came out after this. And then Fury, he was really great in Fury.
Is
Um,
Wall Street 2?
he was in the Wall Street sequel. Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, baby. But then yeah, like I liked Shy's like latter half when he did Honey Boy and then Peanut Butter Falcon because Peanut Butter Falcon is such a great movie. And he also did the Borg versus McEnroe movie where he plays John McEnroe. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
That's a really fun movie. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess Shia is a bigger actor than I think Megan Fox is. If you're just gonna boil it down to like who's better, but I think like as far as like context for this movie, like this movie meant more to Megan Fox than it did to Shia LaBeouf. So therefore, like I feel like we owe this movie to this is like more of a Megan Fox movie.
Yeah, I'll get that
Even
too.
though she leaves after, which is pretty insane. I wonder why she ended up she didn't end up staying around for the third one.
Yeah.
Like, do you know the reason?
I don't know, bro. Didn't she have like controversy at the time or something like that?
I'm sure she did because she was like the world's hottest like actress, like
Yeah.
physical, like she was everyone's crush. So like I'm sure there was plenty of controversy around her. But like this movie made Megan Fox, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, Megan Fox and Linkin Park. Like, what's better than that in 2007? Those like everybody's two favorite things in 2007.
That picture that we just painted a couple minutes ago of just like them on the Camaro, Optimus Prime narration,
There's just nothing
and
better.
directed by Michael Bay as
Yeah.
the music crescendos. It's just like what can you
Yeah.
beat
If
that?
it
Is there
wasn't,
anything more American than that right there?
no, I really don't think there is. Like that's what we need in our life right now. Like we need a 2007 Transformers style ending to everything that's happening.
Yeah.
If that's how if I'm picking a
If I ever get a moment in my
ending,
life as good as that, I'll die happy.
that's how I want like the story of my life to end.
Yeah. Like,
have you ever seen Love on the Spectrum? Have you ever watched that show?
I haven't, no.
There's a great scene where one of the guys is like, he's talking to the producers like on the show, and he's like, "Can you have me walking away like as the sun is setting to Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon?" And they like do it right then and there. I would say the same thing, but for Linkin Park, directed by Michael Bay. It's so iconic. Is this the most sidebar movie we've done?
I feel
Like, is this our favorite?
I don't know, bro, because it's like we don't quote this movie a lot. And like a movie like
No, we don't.
Here's the thing: Sidebar 2.0, yeah, this is the most one. Sidebar 1.0, I feel like movies that we quoted a lot more, like The Departed, that was probably like peak Sidebar 1.
Inglourious Bastards, I feel like maybe.
Yeah, like
We loved Inglourious Bastards.
I feel like our Tarantino stretch was like that was like
yeah. That was my
Sidebar 1.
It's always my favorite, and we can revamp a Tarantino maybe in Sidebar 2.0 because like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was really good, and like I'd love to talk about that one. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's a really good movie.
Actually, yeah, we did talk about it in our Oscars episode that has been taken down.
Taken down?
You told me it got taken down, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I'm just like curious as to why. Hey, Spotify, if you're listening, let us know why that was taken down.
If I go listen to an episode, I listen on Apple Podcasts, so I'll be honest with you, I don't really know.
Oh, you do? Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm a Spotify guy.
You know, I just
this shows up.
So
This shows up in my Spotify Wrapped every year, and I don't know if that's embarrassing or if that's funny.
You're probably in like the top 99 percentile of or
And
100
it's like your
percentile of our
top
viewership.
your top 3 podcasts, and then Sidebars at the bottom. I'm like, yeah, my own podcast is in the top 3 of my Spotify
Oh yeah,
Wrapped.
bro. Oh yeah, good.
Anyways, you got anything else for me on this one, buddy? I just love this movie so much.
No man,
I'm so glad
honestly,
that I
like
got to see it.
I feel like we could talk around in circles about this movie just for like hours, dude. Like it's
Yeah, I think we have.
and you know
This kind of.
the funniest part is I feel like we barely actually talked about the Transformers like fighting, and that's
But
just
like
like
that. But
it's just
that's what makes
it's
this movie.
yeah, it's
It's
great.
bigger than that. It's bigger than that. And like, yeah, the Transformers fighting is incredible. It's CGI, like that's far ahead of its time. But like this movie is so much bigger than just the robots fighting, and I think that's part of the reason why I like it so much. You know, that's really what it is. It's not even about the robots. It's about
No,
the people. It's about the stories.
absolutely, it really is just like the aura surrounding this Transformers movie is like
Yeah.
undeniable. You know what I mean?
But
It's
I was
like
gonna say
it's
the
a
coolest
cultural time.
Transformer.
It's a cultural timepiece, Dan. It really
It
is.
is. It is. This movie is it's a period piece, and it should go down as one of the most pivotal. The coolest Transformer in this movie is Starscream, the jet that is like Megatron's right
Yeah,
hand man.
yeah, but
He is absolutely the coolest Transformer in this.
yeah, but like Starscream's a bitch. That's the problem. Like
No way,
he's a bitch.
Starscream is fucking sick, dude.
Starscream's a bitch. I don't know, Dan.
He's
That's
dude. The scene when they're flying the jets into the city, like the U.S. military
no,
is,
that's
and
sick.
like
When they see
Starscream
when
just
they see
pulls
the
up.
Decepticon logo, yeah, no, you got
Yeah, dude,
yeah, but
he's like
yeah,
transforming. He's like transforming midair and like punching jets out of the sky. Like, what's
yeah,
cooler than
that's sick,
that?
man. The cool
Uh,
factor,
honor,
the cool factor's there.
honorable mention would be the helicopter guy. His name's Blackout. He's pretty sick
Yeah,
too. His like hand
Blackout's
is
sick.
like the helicopter motor. All right. Anyways, you got nothing for me. Then this has been another episode of the Sidebar Podcast, man.
Of our podcast,
The
movie.
podcast, the movie, the
You said podcast
experience.
already. You said podcast already. The experience.
It's the timing. It's the
Yeah,
All right, ready?
you're lagging a little bit right now. It's all right. Let's try it again.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. The podcast,
Podcast,
the movie,
the movie,
the
the
experience,
experience,
the
the
ride.
ride.
What I've done.
Directed by Cam and Dan.